Hey everyone, and once again welcome to WsCubeTech English channel. Myself Umar Taskir. Guys, in this particular video we are basically going to talk about the audience targeting, and to be very precise we are basically going to talk about the detailed targeting option which is present there in audience targeting or audience selection in Facebook ad. So as you can see on my laptop screen, as soon as you will come over here at this ad set level and you will scroll down to this audience section where you are basically selecting your audience to show your ads, you have this detailed targeting option over here, which is like saved audience. Earlier I told you about the different audiences or the different types of audiences that we can actually create and show our ads within Facebook ads, and those were like saved audience. The first one, saved audience, we also name it as seed audience. Sometimes you call it as saved or saved, whatever you want, right? We have both the names for the same audience. This is basically the detailed targeting that we select from here, right? Then we have custom audience, then we have lookalike audience. So those all things we have already discussed. Now in this particular video we are basically going to talk about the saved audience, which is the detailed targeting or the detailed audience. So you can do your detailed targeting or you can target saved audience or seed audience on three bases. The first one is demographics, the second one is interest, and the third one is behavior. So now let me tell you what kind of options are there within this demographics, interest and behavior section. So as soon as you will go to this browse, you can see you have all these three options over here through which you can actually create your audience. So you can go ahead on this small I and you can see demographic is basically when you want to target people based on education, employment, household and lifestyle details. Some data is available for the US only, so that is what they are telling you, right? So if you want to target people based on their age, their location and all those things, then you should go for the demographics thing. If you want to target people on the basis of interest, then you can hover on this thing and you can see what Facebook is telling. Reach specific audience by looking at their interest activities, the pages that they follow, the pages that they like, the pages on which they are engaging. So all those activities acts as signal for Facebook algorithm and Facebook system, and based on those signals Facebook creates their saved audience and then provides you option of targeting saved audience. So this is how it works, right? So as I told you, we have three options. First of all, we have demographic, that is very basic, right? We can target people based on demographics. We can also target people based on interest, and we can also target people on the basis of behaviors, right? What kind of behavior they are showing, right? So this is what we can actually do. Now let's explore this thing because it's a huge list, right? If you'll go to demographics and if you'll go to education, you can see you have so many options within different categories also. So you have categories and then you have subcategories and then you have subcategories dash. So you have so many categories over here. So what I will recommend you is, if you are beginner, once again I'll recommend you is at least go to all these options over here. That will basically give you an idea that what kind of options are there when we want to do the saved audience. So whenever you will be creating your campaign, maybe that campaign is for you or maybe that campaign is for your client, you will be clear in your mind that okay, I have seen that option. So if I'm going to create this particular campaign, I can basically target that audience to start, right? So I will recommend you to go through all these options which are here at least once, right? When we were studying, we were basically writing all these options on pen and paper so that we can remember what kind of targeting is there, right? So whenever we are about to create campaign for our clients, it becomes easy for us because now we know that okay, we can target this particular audience as it actually exists over there in Facebook ad system, right? So let's explore some of the options which are here. So we have education. You can target people on the basis of education at the high school. So if you want to target people who are into high school, you can go ahead and target this thing. Along with this, you have some other information over here, the size of the audience, the demographics and the description, right? So if you are new, I'll again recommend you to read these things also so that you will understand that what kind of audience set is there or what kind of users, peoples are there within this particular audience circle, right? So if you want to target people who are into high school, you can target them. Who are at university, you can again target them. If you see doctorate degree over here, and you can see the description, it's like people who indicated their highest education level as doctorate degree. So whatever information you are putting into your profile, Facebook is basically following that information, and on the basis of that particular information of your profile, Facebook is putting you into different audience groups, or Facebook is putting you into different audience groups. So this is how it works. Then you have foundation degree, you have high school leavers group also over here, and then you have professional degree, you have university graduate, you have unspecified, you also can target people based on their fields of study when we are talking about education, right? So you can target people based on like people who are studying management. Let's see if we can target management. Let me enter masters of business. Okay, here it is, right? We can target people who are into like who are studying master of business administration, that is MBA. People who are studying, let's say, mathematics. Let me type mathematics, and if I can figure out anything related to mathematics, okay, let's write bachelor of laws, right? So we can again target people who are studying or into the fields of bachelor of laws. So we can do this thing, right? Coming back over here, we have school universities also, right? So we can target universities and schools also. Let's come back over here. It actually disappeared. So let's come back over here and go once again at this demographic section, then education, and then within education level we can go to schools and university, and here we can target IITs. So we can target IIT Delhi, we can target IIT Bombay. So you can see over here we have that option which shows that people who listed their university as IIT Delhi on their Facebook profile. So you know now how they are basically capturing the audience, or how they are basically doing the classification of audience. It is the information, or we know, or we can say that it is the signal that Facebook receives through your activities and whatever you are doing through your permissions and through your profile, through your activity on ads, in feeds, your comments, likes, and everything is tracked, and Facebook knows that in what audience set they are going to keep you so that they can show advertisers ad to you. Now coming back over here at the browse section, we can go ahead and go into this interest section where we have different interest related targeting options present. We can target business and industry, right? We can target banking industry, we can target retail banking. So you can see people who have expressed an interest or like pages related to retail banking, you can target those people. So you have so many options, and it will take a lot of time if I'll go ahead and check one by one. So I'll recommend you to do a study on all these options over here, and try to remember as much as you can that what kind of options are there in Facebook. So whenever you are creating live campaign, you will be able to strategize thing, and you will be more clear that yes, this option is there. Now I will go ahead and create one campaign based on that audience targeting. But if you do not know anything about the audience options which are present over here, the audience targeting options which are present over here, it will be very difficult for you to strategize things. Then you will come over here and then you will start searching over here like, okay, I want to target people who have interest in digital marketing, right? So as soon as you will click over here digital marketing, then there is another very important thing that you have to consider is whenever you are putting any word over here, right, just to search something, right? Because earlier we went through this option where we went to browse, and then we have all these three broad categories, and within these broad categories we have the options to target. So what you can do is you can simply go ahead also over here and you can enter digital marketing as I just did. You can enter digital marketing over here. Now you have the options like you have the option of targeting digital marketing as interest. You want to target people who are actually having interest in digital marketing, or you want to target people who listed in their profile that they are working as digital marketing kind of employees, right? So you have that option also. So I'll not recommend you to directly search something over here and then blindly select each and everything. It actually depends on what you want to achieve from the campaign. You have the options, right? So if you want to target people who are like digital marketing strategists, so this data is basically collected from their profile, and it will show your ad to the people who have mentioned digital marketing strategies as job title in their option, right? Then you have digital marketing strategies as employers, the digital marketing podcast has interest. On the basis of behavior, you have other digital activities like people who have watched a rewarded video in last 30 days. So what you have to do is whenever you are entering anything over here, you have to understand what kind of classification it has, right? Because there are different classifications on the basis of interest, on the basis of job title. So you have to identify that thing also, and if it is resonating with what you want to actually achieve, you can go ahead and simply select this thing, right? So if I want to target anyone who has interest in digital marketing, I can go ahead and select this one, right? But if I want to target people who are into digital marketing jobs, then this is not the thing for me. I will go ahead and select this digital marketing strategies kind of thing over here, right? So this is how it works. And the only important thing that I would like to mention over here is, first of all, you have to see what categories this thing is into, right? You have to identify this thing. And second, what you have to do is you have to go ahead and select all these options, right? So you have different options, like you have digital activities related options also over here, and even you can target Facebook page admins, right? So if you want to target people who are the admins of business pages on Facebook, or if you want to target people who are like page admins of food and restaurant related pages on Facebook, you have so detailed targeting option available. But for this to happen, what you have to do is basically go ahead and at least once just do a overview of all these settings. That will be convenient for you. You can target people based on the internet browser that they are using. So if you are very much rigid that you want to target people with iPhone only, right, you can go ahead and select this Safari thing over here. So if you are very much rigid that you want to target people who are accessing Facebook from Safari browser only, you can go ahead and select this thing. So along with this, you have like mobile device user related options also, all mobile devices by brand also. So if you want to target people who are like seeing your ad on iPhone X, you can target those people, right? So this is crazy, right? You have a lot of options, hell a lot of options over here. But for this to happen, or for this to work, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to see how many options are there and are those options really useful for you. If you are working, in what situations these options will be helpful to you. So you have to understand all these things first, then you will be able to target, right? So I believe now you know about the audience targeting option which is there in Facebook ads. And this is like detailed targeting, because in the previous video we discussed about location. So when we talk about the audience targeting, it is basically a mix of all the different small settings which we have, like we have gender related, age related settings over here, right? Then we have location related settings, then we have detailed targeting related settings. And if we are not doing this like cold audience thing, then we can go ahead and select this custom audience setting also. So we have different options over here through which we can actually do our audience targeting, right? So that's it for this specific video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.